London lights up at Christmas time, so come with me while I take you on a fantastic Christmas lights taxi tour around this fantastic capital city called London. Right, we're going to kick off this Christmas lights tour in the Strand in London. And these are new Christmas lights. These are new for this year. These pay homage to the Savoy Theatre. They are 2 rows of flying fairy figures positioned on either side with a trowel of light behind them. And the design celebrates the works of Joseph Swan, who created the first ever fairy lights in 1882 for performers to wear as they danced on the opening night of the first show to premiere at the Savoy Theatre. And as we go along here into Trafalgar Square, Nelson's column on the right hand side, they'll be fitting homage to a man who was only about 5'4" tall. The statue's about 17 feet high on top of the column. And in Trafalgar Square you got the Christmas tree, which is donated every year by Norway, the people of Oslo, for Great Britain's support to them during the Second World War. And then we turn right into Waterloo Place and we see this fantastic Christmas tree here that's sponsored every year by the Sofitel Hotel over on the right hand side. And I normally swing around the island in the middle here and stop so that the people can get out and take a nice photograph in front of the Christmas tree, because I think it's a really attractive place to get a photograph. Then once they got their photograph, jump back in the cab, quick spin around the island and then up into Lower Regent Street, where these angels here are a lot smaller than the ones that are at the top end of Regent Street. And as we go through this video, I'm going to speed it up in certain sections because obviously you don't want to see us just sitting in traffic all of the time. As we stop at the crossing here, look at the amount of people. And this wasn't a really busy night, to be honest. On other nights that I've done these Christmas lights tours, it's been a lot busier than this. And as we turn left into Piccadilly was a little bit disappointing this year. I remember in previous years there was a lot more lights along Piccadilly. But of course the most famous place in Piccadilly is obviously Fortnum and Mason's, which we're approaching now. There you go, there's the fantastic Fortnum and Mason's. Every single year in recent years it's been done up as an advent calendar. Looks absolutely stunning. We turn left into Duke Street, St James's, and then right into Jermyn Street. And the Jermyn Street I think always looks quite pretty. The lights along here are quite pretty. And of course on the right hand side here you've got the Piccadilly Arcade, which unfortunately I didn't manage to get any video of the Piccadilly Arcade. Obviously it's illegal to hang out in the window of the cab while driving with a phone in your hand or with a camera in your hand, so I couldn't manage to get any video of the Piccadilly Arcade, unfortunately. Apologies for that. And we're going to get to the end here and we're going to turn right into St James Street and then head over into Albemarle Street, which was again another street which was a little bit disappointing this year, because last year they had lots of Christmas lights strung across Albemarle Street, but nothing except for the Browns Hotel on the left. And then we turn around into Old Bond Street. This is where I normally park up, let people get out and have a walk around, because the lights along here are absolutely stunning. You've got the Cartier shop, the Chanel shop, Ralph Lauren, various other shops, Dior, Tiffany's, and other places like that. So as you see, I'm going to park up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump out and get you a bit of video, hopefully, of the Cartier shop, because every half hour it lights up and all the lights flash and it plays a bit of music. So here we go. Now, I didn't get any video of the Dior shop this year, so this is actually a clip of the Dior shop from last year, when I took the family up to London to go and see the lights up there. And then, of course, you've got the Burlington Arcade, the fantastic Burlington Arcade. A lot of people there, and unfortunately, the night when I went back to go in and video it, it had just closed, so I couldn't actually get in there. And then carry on down Old Bond Street. And then we're going to hook round into Dover Street, or maybe go back into Albemarle Street, and come round into Hay Hill and into Barkley Square. Once we get moving, that is. As you can see, the amount of people about in Old Bond Street, always probably the most popular place for people to go and see Christmas lights in London over Christmas. Here we go, turning right into Hay Hill. And then we're going to turn right into Barkley Street and up into Barkley Square. And as you can see on the right hand side here, we've got Sexy Fish Restaurant, which at Christmas time becomes Sexy Fishmas. And then we're going to go around Barkley Square. And on the left, the famous Annabelle's nightclub, the nightclub for the rich and famous and the royals. And they always put on a fantastic display of Christmas lights. It's different every single year, and this year it's a peacock. As you can see in this photograph here, I didn't manage to get any video of it, did manage to get a photograph of it, and then we're going to head up into Davis Street. As you can see, when the Christmas lights are on in London, the traffic around London, especially around the Mayfair area, becomes really, really heavy. We're going to stop at Headin's and Wines here, have a look at the gingerbread houses they've got here. These were advent calendar houses. In previous years, they've had displays of reindeers here, which were really, really popular. And a lot of people stopped here. There wasn't so many people stopping here to take photographs of these gingerbread houses. Had a fantastic thing in the window here, though. And I wish it could be Christmas every day. I wonder who sung about that. I think it was a man called Roy Wood and Wizard. And then once we leave here, I'm going to walk across the road. Neil Strain Floral Couture is always decorated fantastically, absolutely fantastic. Hate to go in there and buy a bunch of flowers. Would hate to think of how much a bunch of flowers would cost. Up Davis Street, and they're going to turn left into Grosvenor Street, and we're going to pull up by the little mini outside Colne restaurant here, which is always really, really popular with Instagrammers. And as you can see, when I stop, there's a young Asian lady that goes there to have a photograph taken, all very excited with her friend taking her photograph. And of course, someone on a cycle driving the wrong way down the road. Now we're going to move past the Mini and stop a little bit further up in Grosvenor Street to allow the clients to go over into the Ever After Garden, which is in Grosvenor Square. And the Ever After Garden is to do with the Royal Marsden Hospital. To raise money for the Royal Marsden Hospital, basically this sea of illuminated white roses, and you can sponsor a rose and dedicate it to someone, a loved one that's passed away. Then if you walk through, you come to the Biltmore Hotel, which is always decorated really nicely, always lit up very nicely as well. And then we're going to go around and into Mount Street, past the Connaught Hotel, which has always got a lovely Christmas tree outside and always decorated quite nicely, as you can see from this photograph here. And then we're going to go down into Mount Street, which this year I think the Christmas lights weren't as good as they were in previous years. And then the top end of New Bond Street, where the lights are obviously sponsored by Chanel, in these sort of chandelier type things. In the bottom is the Chanel sign. Then turn left into Conduit Street. The lights, weren't as many lights strung across Conduit Street this year. One thing I didn't get on video was Savile Row, which had scissors, which was really great. This is Carnaby Street. I always stop at the end of Conduit Street so that people can have a walk across into Carnaby Street. I walk across with them if they want me to. Some people just want to go on their own. And in Regent Street, which is really famous for its lights. Now apparently these angels in Regent Street that everyone refers to as angels are actually described as the Spirit of Christmas by the Regent Street Traders Association. And then we go up Regent Street, turn left into Oxford Street, which I think everyone agrees they've had the same lights up for quite a number of years now, and he's a little bit tired, looking a little bit disappointing. Now what I normally do here is fly along Oxford Street and then do a left around Marble Arch and down into Park Lane. And of course on the right hand side you've got Winter Wonderland over on the right, which was absolutely massive this year. Go down Park Lane, past the Dorchester, past the Hilton Park Lane and the Intercontinental. We come to Hyde Park Corner around Wellington Arch. You've got the new Peninsula Hotel in front of you, the Lanesborough on the left, and we're going down Knightsbridge towards the Mandarin Oriental Hyde Park, which is allegedly the most expensive hotel in London. Apparently if you want to rent the Royal Suite in the Mandarin Oriental Hyde Park, then it will cost you £18,000 a night. And then what I normally do is spin around a loop and then come back up Knightsbridge. And on the right here, obviously the most famous store along Knightsbridge is Harrods. And their decorations were really nice this year actually. As you can see, I did stop on one occasion to take a little bit of video of Harrods where I could stop. And yeah, really, really nice. But I think the best is yet to come. The best street in London, my favourite street, is still to come. We're going to fly up Brompton Road, up towards Scotch Corner. And then once again you can see the Mandarin Oriental up in front of us again with its fantastic Christmas lights outside. And apparently the apartment building next door, number 1 Hyde Park, is the most expensive apartment building in London as well. An apartment in there about £14 million apparently. This is my favourite street in London this year. This is Sloan Street, and I think it was simple and yet really, really lovely looking. I think it sort of exemplifies Christmas to me, and I just think it looks really, really nice. Obviously the bit in the middle, the residential bit, didn't have any Christmas lights in it. We're just sitting at the lights here waiting to go across, and in the bottom end again, once we get to the bottom end of Sloan Street, more Christmas lights. And then we head into Sloan Square, which once again I think was really, really pretty, really nice. And Peter Jones as well, which was really nice. Stop here, get out and take a bit of video of Sloan Square, and of course Peter Jones. And I had a couple of installations in Sloan Square this year. This sort of archway, which I suppose has been put there just so you can take some photographs and things, and a bandstand as well, which was a bit of an Americanism, I think, but by the same token, really effective. And one night I was really lucky enough to see some carol singers here. So there you go, that was the carol singers. A few other places worth noting that had some lovely Christmas lights where I usually take people is Covent Garden Market. You can see the decorations inside Covent Garden here, the bells and the balls hanging from the ceiling of the old market building. And then of course in the piazza between the market building and St Paul's Church, you've got the fantastic Christmas tree that's always there every single year. One of those LED Christmas trees that sort of really lights up really nicely. Also, the Globe Theatre was lit up really nicely this year. Obviously, the Globe's on the South Bank in Southwark, and a replica of Shakespeare's original Globe Theatre, and opened in 1997. If you wasn't lucky enough to come up to London and see the Christmas lights this year, then why not book for next year to come on a Christmas lights taxi tour with me? Come and see the fantastic lights in Regent Street, Old Bond Street, Harrods, Sloan Street, Carnaby Street. See the Trafalgar Square Christmas tree, Covent Garden, the Strand. It's absolutely magical at Christmas time. So follow the link in the description below if you want to book. Those that book early will get a discount because prices will be going up for 2025. So make sure you book for Christmas 2025.